Hello and welcome to Star Citizen Sunday. This is a weekly show which covers all the news from Star Citizen over the past week. I am your host Mac, so let's get on with it. So this week we give away an Aegis Gladius, learn more about what we will see at CitizenCon, plus we get the latest on 3.0's development. So we have a Gladius giveaway currently running. This is courtesy of Raiden, who has kindly donated this ship, so a big thank you to you, sir. The links are below and it holds all the details for where you need to enter. We also have a Merlin giveaway over on Twitch tomorrow on Monday, so be sure to check it out. My Twitch link is also below. But talking of giveaways, we give away a Star Citizen starter package every month, courtesy of my patrons. So all you got to do is be a subscriber here on YouTube and comment on any video I put out in October. So on Around the Verse this week, starting with the Burn Down, they say they have been fixing and updating the Eva Cotti builds almost daily. Currently, they're closing down the bugs and tasks to improve the shopping and cargo experience. Obviously, these updates are coming thick and fast because of the Delta Patcher. They say not only the Delta Patcher is useful for putting out builds quickly, but even if they release a patch and there's something wrong with it, they can then roll that patch backwards to the previous version until they have it fixed. So it's also a safeguard as well if they release something that is awful. The main focus now is on performance. They're wanting to ensure that the feedback they get from the Eva Cotti is not just a complaint about something menial, maybe not working, which is far less important than the disconnects and the crashing and so forth. So they are prioritising the issues. Now Eva Cotti, as we know, brought in about 800 people, and this allows them to test much more on the servers, pushing the thresholds with so many different variations. So this is why we're getting more bugs. But as I say, they're focusing now on the shopping and commodities feature, fixing as many bugs for this as they can. Currently, the must-fix issues are at 23 until they can release that next build to Eva Cotti. They're focused on stabilising the shopping, which includes buying and selling, the cargo mechanic, the UI that goes into this as well. One of those is a blocker, 16 critical, 5 are high and 1 moderate. Now, I am working on a video that explains further what is happening with the way that they are rolling out 3.0 to the Eva Cotti, and what it means for the rest of us who are not in Eva Cotti, because there's a lot of people left confused as to what the method is they're using here. Stay tuned for this sometime this week. I'll bring it out quite early on so that you can get to understand what is actually happening here. Anyway, the main feature for ATV is looking at the cockpit experience. Now, they want cockpits to feel immersive and visceral. They want the player interacting with their ship to feel like you are really sat there and actually on board that ship. To do this, it all comes down to what sights, sounds, and effects would go into giving the player the best experience while sat in the cockpit. So they broke it into smaller sprints. The first sprint technically will contain X, Y, and Z, and then the second will be on something else and so on until they get it as a whole package. Now each sprint generally lasts around 2 to 3 weeks, involving many different departments. One department is animation, so this is working on the G-forces, the hit reactions, your breathing, and your stamina. So if you're pulling heavy G maneuvers, it makes you consume more oxygen as your breathing increases. You will hear your character groaning, breathing heavily, and audibly reacting to what is going on around him. If you have been pulling high Gs for a long period of time, and then you get out of your ship, your character's stamina pool, while in FPS, will change, so you don't automatically have a full stamina pool as well. So if you have a crazy flight, pulling lots of Gs, then your stamina pool will be depleted until you relax and build it back up again. Eventually, they say the character's fingers will physically press the buttons. Currently, you just use your mouse to press it and nothing really happens. But yeah, they're bringing in physical pressing. For visual effects, currently there are no visual cues for when your ship is damaged or even taking fire. They want to have various stages which show when your ship is damaged to a certain degree, and also let you know when you're being shot so that you have enough information to deal with the situation. Visual effects inside the cockpit will eventually be added, and this brings things like air decompression, flames, smoke, even lighting changes from default to auxiliary to emergency. It won't be in your face, they say, so you can still see what's going on, but these will play depending on your ship's overall health. And it does look very nice what they've got going there. I think as we need these cues to know what's happening, because currently you just sit on your ship until it explodes, so having an idea of what state your ship is in is very important. Now, the Gladius has been the test case, as we've seen it a lot. 3.0 is going to focus on the HOTAS-style cockpits first, so that's about 7 or 8 ships. You have things like the Gladius, the Buccaneer, the Vanguard, the Herald, the Cutlass, and the Sabre. They are adding the range of improvements to these cockpits first, which generally mean they're going to move the seats a little bit. They HOTAS the multifunction displays, bring them all in line so they're closer. They want the UI to be readable. Obviously, if they're too far away, you don't have to be zooming in or squinting, so they're bringing them closer towards the pilot and angling them at more of a better angle so the pilot can see it, so you don't have as much flare. The interaction mode is there. It's not only for immersion, which it does add a lot to, but it's also there to help players who don't know the buttons for certain routines so that they can quickly change something instead of having to figure out what the hotkey is for. Now obviously you still can bind actions to keys, so you don't have to use the interaction mode. If you know the keystrokes quite easily, you can quickly switch between them. But it does add that immersion. I really like how these cockpits are coming to life. I think it will make a big difference to Star Citizen as a whole, especially when you're on bigger ships and you're not worried about combat and so forth. But anyway, that was the gist of ATV. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let's move on. So we had an update regarding this year's CitizenCon, which is happening on the 27th of October in Frankfurt. This is the 5th anniversary of Star Citizen's development, and they are pushing the boundaries of what CitizenCon can be. Now, they're expanding on the scope and the format of the on-stage presentations, packing additional rooms with interactive demos showcasing the new and upcoming tech, and giving us a hands-on and allowing us to play 3.0 too, so that's very exciting. The whole event will be streamed, as you may expect, starting from around 2 PM as attendees start to arrive. Throughout the day, there will be 5 presentations showing off the new tech, like kinesiology, which I assume will relate to how they make the characters animate in-game, xenolinguistics, so I'm assuming it's going to be maybe Jean, Banu, or even Van dual languages, hearing them and seeing the bloke who's developing them talk about them. Privatized colonization. Now, to me, that refers to player homesteading, or being able to construct buildings of our own on planetside. So, let me know what you think about that. Privatized colonization. It's quite exciting. I hope we do get to see that. But also, they say from SEO of Consolidated Outland, he's talking about the Game Changer, so I think they may confirm that the Game Changer ship is a Consolidated Outland ship, which they make the Mustangs. Now, the main keynote speech will be at 9 PM. I assume this will be Chris Roberts giving the proper presentation. This is going to be probably the greatest Star Citizen event to date. Not only that, but they have a casting call for attendees to get their face scanned and used in the game. Now, I will sign up to this. However, if I get accepted, I will have to shave my beard off. Now, I love my beard, and I'm very particular about it. So, to make the most of it, I think if I do get chosen or accepted to do this, I'll do a week of charity fundraising on Twitch, followed by a live stream of me shaving off my beard. The details will follow after the 20th of October, because this is when we get told whether we've been accepted in or not. So be sure to follow me here on YouTube. Twitter and Discord are probably the best places to learn more and hear it first. So be sure to follow me there. The links are all below. And if it's something you would like to see, do let me know in the comments. We can arrange it to happen. So on another note, I have been asked many times if I could create my own organisation, and I finally have gotten round to it. It is currently called the SMB org until I can think of a better name. It is still in early development for it, so don't expect anything wonderful just yet. It is a place in which I can find people from my community to play with me when I record things on YouTube or maybe during Twitch streams. It's also a place for those looking for like-minded players to team up. We will not specialise in one area, but eventually have divisions in all areas, so people can take part in whatever area they like. As I say, it's still in early development, but if you'd like to join, even as an affiliate, follow the link below and sign up. Just want to give a big thank you to my latest patrons who joined me this week. Jumbo, Dylan, LT Winter, thank you guys so much for your support. The patrons pledge money each month to help me make videos like this, helping cover costs of software like Adobe and providing giveaways which really help me grow as a channel. Thank you all so much for your support. If you are interested in becoming a patron, please follow the link below to my Patreon page. So also this week, Citizens of the Stars featured developer Bryce Benton and community guest Alcatraz. There was a new Star Watch post titled Fundraiser Ruckus. Bug Smashers looked into a shopping interaction issue. And finally, October's Hangar Flare is of 2 schematics. One is the Anvil Terrapin and the other is the Hurricane. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. A big thank you to the subscribers and the patrons as you make this possible. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. And I shall see you next time.